All right, welcome. We are working our way through A Course in Miracles workbook, and we are on lesson number 132. I loose the world from all I thought it was. What keeps the world in chains but your beliefs? Ah, so my beliefs bond the world as well as myself. There must be something in common between the self I think I am and the world I see. What if deep down they were one and the same? Powerful opening sentence. And what can save the world except your true self, the Christ self united as one with God? Okay, that's where all salvation lies. Belief is powerful indeed. Okay, just a, a reminder there. Belief is very powerful. Thoughts you hold are mighty, and illusions are as strong in their effects as is the truth. So, on one hand, the truth, our reality in heaven, as one with God, is very, very powerful. It's reality. It's all there is. But then it's saying our false thoughts, our false thinking is really equally powerful in miscreating a world of time and space, a world that is missing the wholeness and the source of unity and happiness. A madman thinks the world he sees is real and does not doubt it. Okay, so how many of us have been down that path? We all have. Okay, so that makes me a madman. The moment I think what I see is real and refuse to question my thinking about it. Those are been around people like that, and maybe you're one of those people. I've been one of those people myself. And conversations don't last long. They're pretty short, abbreviated conversations that don't go far when we're unwilling to question our thoughts and beliefs. In fact, I would say that's the purpose of a conversation. That's what brings meaning to a conversation when we can dialogue and let the words seep in so we start to really question our thoughts and beliefs. There's always a better way. There's always a better perspective. We just start to loosen a little bit, and then we actually start practicing the lesson right away. I loose the world from all I thought it was as I loose my mind about what you happen to be saying to me. Okay? There are no accidents. The person in front of us is always the person that's supposed to be in front of us to help us loosen up, loosen ourselves from the world and our way of thinking that really always works against us. So paragraph 1, sentence 6, nor can he, this madman, be swayed by questioning his thoughts' effects. Oh my gosh. The the uh, the shield of oblivion, that's what the course calls it, goes deep. Okay, so not only am I unwilling to question my thoughts, but now I can't be swayed into questioning the effects of my thoughts. Whoa, whoa. You can't be telling me that my thinking could be the result of this effect in the world, or that my thinking could be the result or could be the cause of the effect on my body, my health, my happiness. Okay, so that's a radical step to begin to loosen up just enough to start to question thoughts and beliefs and the effects that they can have on my body and in time and space. These paragraphs are loaded. And the last sentence of this paragraph, It is but when their source, referring to the thoughts and beliefs, is raised to question that the hope of freedom comes to him at last. Oh my God. All we got to do is just raise them up. When the source is raised to question, what's at the root of this thinking? Okay, that's all we got to do is just raise the question. Paragraph 2. Yet is salvation easily achieved, for anyone is free to change his mind, and all his thoughts change with it. We're all free to change our mind. And as we change our mind, salvation is achieved. It's the only real change. There's a section in the Course that talks about change, and the only real change is the willingness to begin to see through the lens of love. You can change this, change that, rearrange stuff, fix things, fix that, but that's just staying on the treadmill. We stay in the time loop. We want to go for real change. Now the source of thought has shifted, for to change your mind means you have changed the source. That's it. We want to get to the source of happiness. And to really change your mind means you have changed the source from the ego to the Christ light. You free the past from what you thought before. So I loose the world from all I thought it was means that I'm releasing the past and everything that I thought it was. You free the future from all ancient thoughts of seeking what you do not want to find. So we plan our future, we organize, yeah, we uh, we activate the past, we organize the present, we plan the future. All of it just keeps us on the timeline, and it keeps us out of the miracle. The miracle holds the answer that we're looking for moment by moment by moment. So we want to get off the timeline and into the power of now. Oh, paragraph 3. The present now remains the only time. Now is the only time there is. Here in the present, okay, and present is not a slice of time. Present is a state of mind that is an expression of God's free will. See, free will isn't the ability to decide whether you're going to get a new car or not. That has nothing to do with free will. Free will is free. Free will is happy. Free will is of and for God. Here in the present is the world set free. For as you let the past be lifted and release the future from your ancient fears, you find escape and give it to the world. You have enslaved the world with all your fears, your doubts and miseries, your pain and tears, and all your sorrows press on it, and keep the world a prisoner to your beliefs. Wow, let's let that one sink in. Our doubts, our miseries, our pains, our tears, our sorrows keep the world our prisoner. Death strikes it everywhere because you hold the bitter thoughts of death within your mind. And that's it. Deep down, the ego is a death wish. Paragraph 4. Now we get lifted back up. The world is nothing in itself. Your mind must give it meaning. See, we don't find meaning in the world. Often we've all made that mistake, 8 billion of us, marching around the world, traveling, looking for meaning out there, finding a job with meaning, doing a good deed with meaning, traveling and going somewhere with meaning. Nope. The mind is always giving it meaning, moment by moment. And what you behold upon it are your wishes acted out so you can look on them and think them real. Oh my gosh. We are living a dream. And what you behold upon it are your wishes. So everything, there's nothing apart from the world we wish. Every little single thing, not a single blade of grass, not a speck of dust, not a nothing at all is out of place. It's all exactly according to the wish. It's all acted out so we can look on them and think them real. So this is the power of perception. It's working against our reality. We make it up, we project it out, we react to it. Those thoughts and beliefs get reinforced and it's reacted out again. That's how if you've watched the movie Groundhog Day and lots of other wonderful time loop movies that portray that. It's why it sometimes gets darkest before the dawn. It gets a little tougher before we really say, wait a minute, I want a better way. Because the thoughts just keep churning and churning and recreating a new, seemingly new scenario, but it's really just the same problem in a different form. Oh, and here's this golden line. Oh my gosh. I love this line. So clever. This is just how sharp, how perfect uh, the healed mind, Jesus speaking through to us right here. Perhaps you think you did not make the world, but came unwillingly to what was made already, hardly waiting for your thoughts to give it meaning. Yet in truth, you found exactly what you looked for when you came. Mark those words and read those words over and over and over again. There is no world apart from which you wish, and herein lies your ultimate release. Change but your mind on what you want to see, and all the world must change accordingly. Ideas leave not their source. This central theme is often stated in the text and must be borne in mind if you would understand the lesson for today. It is not pride which tells you that you made the world you see and that it changes as you change your mind. But it is pride that argues you have come into a world quite separate from yourself, impervious to what you think, and quite apart from what you chance to think it is. There is no world. This is the central thought the Course attempts to teach. Not everyone is ready to accept it, and each one must go as far as he can let himself be led along the road to truth. He will return and go still further, or perhaps step back a while and then return again. But healing is the gift of those who are prepared to learn there is no world and can accept the lesson now. Their readiness will bring the lesson to them in some form which they can understand and recognize. Some see it suddenly on point of death and rise to teach it. Others find it in an experience that is not of this world, which shows them that the world does not exist because what they behold must be the truth, and yet it clearly contradicts the world. And some will find it in this course and in the exercises that we do today. Today's idea is true because the world does not exist. And if it is indeed your own imagining, then you can loose it from all things you ever thought it was by merely changing all the thoughts that gave it these appearances. The sick are healed as you let go all thoughts of sickness, and the dead arise when you let thoughts of life replace all thoughts you ever held of death. A lesson earlier repeated once must now be stressed again, for it contains the firm foundation for today's idea. You are as God created you. There is no place where you can suffer, and no time that you can there is no place where you can suffer, and no time that can bring change to your eternal state. How can a world of time and place exist if you remain as God created you? What is the lesson for today except another way of saying that to know yourself is the salvation of the world? To free the world from every kind of pain is but to change your mind about yourself. There is no world apart from your ideas because ideas leave not their source, and you maintain the world within your mind in thought. Yet if you are as God created you, you cannot think apart from Him, nor make what does not share His timelessness and love. Are these inherent in the world you see? Does it create like Him? Unless it does, it is not real and cannot be at all. If you are the real world you see, if you are the real world you see is false, for God's creation is unlike the world in every way. And as it was His thought by which you were created, so it is your thoughts which made it and must set it free, that you may know the thoughts of God you share with Him. Release the world. Your real creations wait for this release to give you fatherhood, not of illusions, but as God in truth. God shares His fatherhood with you who are His Son, for He makes no distinction in what is Himself and what is still Himself. What He creates is not apart from Him, and nowhere does the Father end, the Son begin as something separate from Him. There is no world because it is a thought apart from God and made to separate the Father and the Son and break away a part of God Himself and thus destroy His wholeness. Can a world which comes from this idea be real? Can it be anywhere? Deny illusions, but accept the truth. Deny you are a shadow briefly laid upon a dying world. Release your mind, and you will look upon a world released. Today, our purpose is to free the world from all the idle thoughts we ever held about it, and about all living things we see upon it. They cannot be there. No more can we, for we are in the home our Father set for us, along with them, and we who are as He created us would loose the world this day from every one of our illusions that we may be free. Within the 15-minute periods in which we practice twice today with this. This is our prayer. I who remain as God created me would loose the world from all I thought it was. For I am real because the world is not, and I would know my own reality. That's in perfect accord with I am as God created me. Then merely rest, alert but with no strain, and let your mind in quietness be changed so that the world is freed along with you. You need not realize that healing comes to many brothers far across the world, as well as to the ones you see nearby, as you send out these thoughts to bless the world. That's how we bless the world. We set it free. You will sense your own release, although you may not fully understand as yet what you could never be released alone. See, when I heal, we heal for all. When you heal, You heal for all because we're infinitely joined. Throughout the day, increase the freedom sent through your ideas to all the world, and say whenever you are tempted to deny the power of your simple change of mind, I loose the world from all I thought it was and choose my own reality instead. Beautiful. There is no world. If we jump into the world of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, this is where the scientists, they drill down. They just, whether we look out into space, into the boundless nature of space, or we drill down through the cellular, molecular, atomic, and now subatomic levels. Most of those guys, those scientists that have done that will agree there's nothing there. It resembles a thought more than a thing. The space between a proton at the center of an atom and the electrons that whirl around it is, as big as a football field. Even an atom is just 99.999% space. Everything is shifting. The leap that the scientists are probably soon to make is that it's the mind, it's the power of belief that's making that's making it up, and that's why some of the experiments they do shift according to whether the experiment is observed or not. The moment you observe an experiment, you get a different result. So this lesson is reminding us how powerful our thoughts are. There are no idle thoughts. There are no neutral thoughts. I loose the world from all I thought it was. I let the past go. I let the future go. I unwind my thoughts to release all of my beliefs about the world. What it is, what I want it to be, what it's supposed to be, what I've been taught. We don't have to throw it in the garbage. We don't judge it as right or wrong. We just we just release the belief in it. And we align our belief with our reality. And in that shift, in that change of mind, we open the door and we let the miracle come through. We let the guiding light come through and we hold that light out front. We replace our judgments with the guiding light that just shows us the path. It inspires us. There's a line in the text that says, essentially, the those who are inspired, uh, that inspiration leads to enlightenment. When you're inspired and in accord, in alignment with the miracle, that's enlightenment. So it's available to all of us. It's very different. It's very simple. It may not seem easy, but it's very, very simple. You are as God created you. There is no place where you can suffer and no time that you can bring change to your eternal state. And for that, we can be grateful. It's with that that we join. It's with that that we are healed. Today, I loose the world from all I thought it was. Yeah. And that's pretty funny. It just makes me chuckle. It's like, wait a minute, all that learning, all those years in school, everything, that I had argued about, all my opinions, it's just funny. It's just a comedy. So that's it. And the Course tells us that's how the world ends, in laughter. Yep. We just basically laugh our way home, but it's a very kind chuckle. We never laugh at it, we just laugh with it. All right. Thank you so much. Namaste.